It's official. 50 Cent is now the new leader of BMF. Both Big Meech and Lil Meech have officially signed under Rick Ross's MMG, while Tammy has completely surrendered to 50 Cent's control. While it's still unclear whether BMF's underground operations are still active, one thing is certain. 50 Cent has full command over the BMF series, making him the ultimate power player in this saga. How did this happen? How did 50 Cent, a rapper-turned-mogul, end up taking control of one of the most notorious names in the streets? Let's break it all down. To understand how 50 Cent managed to take the throne, we need to look at the power dynamics between him, Big Meech, Lil Meech, and Rick Ross. It all started with the BMF television series, On Stars, which 50 Cent executive produced. At first, it seemed like a passion project, a way for 50 to bring the legendary story of the Black Mafia family to the big screen, while honoring the legacy of Big Meech. But anyone who knows 50 Cent understands one thing. He never moves without a bigger plan. When BMF first launched, Lil Meech was placed at the center of the spotlight. As Big Meech's son, he was positioned to carry the weight of the family's legacy, not just in entertainment, but also in culture. At first, things were smooth, but as time went on, tensions between Lil Meech and 50 Cent started to grow. Meech, now a rising star, started moving with more independence, making business moves that didn't always align with 50's vision. The power struggle had begun. Meanwhile, Rick Ross, 50 Cent's longtime rival, was watching closely. Ross has always positioned himself as a boss in the industry, and despite years of feuding with 50 Cent, he saw an opportunity in Lil Meech's growing success. Over time, whispers in the industry suggested that Ross was making moves behind the scenes, trying to bring Lil Meech into his MMG empire. But then came the biggest twist of them all. Big Meech himself, from behind bars, co-signed the deal. This sent shockwaves through the industry. For years, Big Meech and 50 Cent had a relationship built on mutual respect. 50 was the one telling Meech's story, keeping his name alive in the mainstream. So why would Meech, the legendary leader of BMF, align himself with Rick Ross, one of 50's biggest enemies? It didn't take long for news to spread. Both Big Meech and Lil Meech had officially signed under Rick Ross's MMG. This was bigger than just business. It was a strategic move, one that signaled a major shift in power. With the MMG deal, Ross had positioned himself as a new boss, overseeing the next chapter of BMF. For years, Ross had branded himself as the biggest boss, rapping about drug kingpins and luxurious lifestyles. Now, with Meech's name attached to MMG, he had the ultimate cosign. This put 50 Cent in an interesting position. On one hand, he still controlled the BMF series, which was his original play. On the other hand, the real-life BMF name was now tied to his biggest rival. It was a strategic chess match, one that 50 was about to lose. While all of this was happening, there was another major shift. Tammy, a key player in the BMF world, completely surrendered to 50 Cent. For those who don't know, Tammy has been one of the central figures connected to BMF for years. She has had deep ties to both the organization and the entertainment world, making her a crucial link between the streets and Hollywood. When rumors started circulating that she was aligning herself fully with 50 Cent, it sent another clear message. 50 wasn't backing down. Tammy's surrender wasn't just about loyalty, it was a power move. She recognized that 50 Cent had positioned himself as the true puppet master of the BMF brand. With the BMF series still under his control and his growing influence in Hollywood, she understood that aligning with him was the best way forward. This put Ross in a difficult position. While he had signed both Big Meech and Lil Meech, the entertainment side of BMF was still firmly in 50 Cent's hands. And if there's one thing 50 knows how to do, it's control a narrative. Is BMF still active? With all these shifting alliances, one question remains. Are BMF's real-life operations still active? For years, BMF operated as one of the most powerful drug empires in the country. Their influence stretched far beyond music, and even after major arrests took down the organization, whispers in the streets suggested that some level of activity was still happening behind the scenes. But now, with Big Meech officially tied to MMG and 50 Cent holding the entertainment reins, things have changed. Some believe that Meech's MMG signing is a signal that he's fully transitioning into music and business world, officially stepping away from anything illegal. Others, however, think this is just another strategic move, with BMF's underground connections still operating behind the scenes. One thing is for sure, if anything is still happening in the streets under the BMF name, 50 Cent is watching closely. With his growing influence in media, law enforcement connections, and financial power, he has positioned himself as the ultimate overseer of the brand. Now that 50 Cent is fully at the reins of the BMF series, what does this mean for the future? For one, it solidifies his status as one of the most powerful figures in hip-hop and entertainment. 50 has always played the long game, and this situation proves that he knows how to maneuver his way to the top, no matter the circumstances. With Big Meech and Lil Meech signed to MMG, 50 now has a unique opportunity. He can continue telling the BMF story on his terms, while watching his rivals operate from the outside. And knowing 50, he'll find a way to spin the narrative in his favor, ensuring that he remains the most powerful figure associated with BMF. The biggest question now is how Rick Ross will respond. Will he try to leverage his new partnership